Welcome back into Main Street Living. If you are just joining us, then you just missed in the last segment, we saw why Quincy would not make such a great superhero. But despite your haphazard flying, we have made it to the next segment, so that's the good news.
Well, that's part of my flight training. Okay, I haven't
Right.
completed it yet, but over the years, ComicCon International, held in San Diego every summer, could have over 130,000 attendees, which is wild. But pop culture fandom can only be condensed to a few days a year, which is why ComicCon decided to plant some roots and offer their fans a year-round experience. Let's see what they did.
The ComicCon Museum will be a museum of popular culture that brings the magic of Comic-Con to audiences on a year-round basis. When we do our grand opening next year, fans can expect to see rotating exhibits, so we will not have a permanent collection. Pop culture is so dynamic. In order for us to sort of reflect the ever-changing content and the interests of fans, things will change on a staggered basis. You'll get a new Comic-Con Museum experience each time. The convention itself, as I think most folks are aware, has been sold out every year for more than 10 years. There really just wasn't any more room to grow unless we moved outside of downtown and began looking at more year-round experiences. And so we know that we're sort of keenly aware of the demand for a Comic-Con experience based on the growth. So that, coupled with us also wanting to expand our mission and the impact of the organization, led us to begin looking for ways to do that. And we explored a couple ideas, but then the city of San Diego, Mayor Faulkner approached us about potentially taking over the federal building in Balboa Park, and it just seemed like the stars were aligned. And so why not a Comic-Con museum? And so we've been working on putting the vision together over the last couple of years in preparation for a planned grand opening in the summer of 2021. For all intents and purposes, we've been in a soft opening of the museum for the last maybe year and a half. We've been doing a lot of testing of exhibits and programs, both in person and online. Of course, over the last several months, the emphasis and the focus has been on the online museum experience. We're thinking really intentionally and strategically about how we convert in-person experiences into the online space, so that wherever you are in the world, you could have a Comic-Con museum experience. In addition, though, there will be programming, both educational and public programming that connects to the exhibits, but also might be more nuanced, thinking of summer camps that will have, maybe how to design a video game or how to create a comic book. I think those will be some of the things that you could expect to see on a regular basis at the museum. The upper level of the museum is the education center, and we'll have 5 classrooms that will be used for programming on a daily basis. We'll have a schedule of programming that people can access, and one of the locations that people will be able to participate in classes in is the Cox Innovation Lab, which we're very excited about. That will be outfitted with STEAM education equipment, so that we can sort of get the next generation of innovators ready through science, math, arts, and engineering topics. We are working on a virtual museum Character Hall of Fame induction to take place later this year. So last year we celebrated our first inductee into the museum's Character Hall of Fame, and that was Batman. So we will be having another induction but just virtually, so people can be on the lookout for more information about that. On our website, you can go to the ComicCon Museum at Home tab, and we have a scroll of different panels that you can tune into, or activities that you can partake in with your kids, or even if you're an adult. Like we teamed up with the Cardboard Superheroes, and they put together a series of workshops about how to build some of your favorite pop culture characters or artifacts out of cardboard that most of us have laying around because we've all been relying on deliveries lately. So a nice way to recycle and be creative in the process. So all of that information, in addition to some weekly activity books that we've been issuing, are all available on our ComicCon Museum at Home tab on our website. Comic-Con itself is a place where everyone is welcome. You just have to bring your passions, and so that will be similar to what you'll be able to find at the museum. So if you're passionate about Lord of the Rings, well, come on in. If you're passionate about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, come on in. Pop culture is sort of far-reaching in terms of people that it touches on. Whether you're 5 or 85, you can have a Comic-Con experience. Come on over to the ComicCon Museum.
Wow. I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con, but it is always sold out. So it's nice that they're going to have an option like this. If you could have a superpower, though, what would it be, Quincy?
I don't know. I mean, maybe to disappear when I'm in trouble. Like every time, just hold myself and disappear. Like if I can do that, I think my flying would be a lot better.
Okay, that's a good one.
Well, the best part is that you know what? Let's get out of here. Let's go for a spin. How about that? After the break, when we come back, we're talking cars. We're on the move, Daniel.
Always.